Greetings. Today we are going to look at a verse from Acts chapter 10, verse 34. Let me read that verse to you. Opening his mouth, Peter said, I most certainly understand now that God is not one to show partiality. Here, Peter is claiming to have understood God, that God is not the one who is to show partiality when it comes to people. The context is Peter is called to preach the gospel to the Gentiles, especially to Cornelius' house. And he comes into Cornelius' house and he is saying that now I understand God is not one to show partiality. Now I understand God is not God of the Jews alone, God is the God of Gentiles also. Now I understand salvation is not only to the Jewish people, but salvation is to the Gentiles also. Now I most certainly understand without any doubt, I perceive that the grace is not just for Jewish people, grace is also for Gentiles. And Peter is elevated to a new height. Peter is seeing God in this way he has never seen. Because he is seeing God in the way he has never seen, he is also seeing Gentiles in the way he has never seen. And God opened his understanding. Actually, Paul was the apostle who was called to the Gentiles. After his salvation, Paul went to Arabia, then to Tarsus. Many years later, Paul would be called as an apostle to the Gentiles. But meanwhile, God is working in the heart of Peter through a vision. He worked in him. And Peter comes into the house of Cornelius and he says, now everything is clear. I've seen God in a new way. I have understood the nature and character of God in a new light. And there is a greater understanding that God has given me. Could it be in our lives too? Sometimes in some areas where we have not seen in the way we are supposed to see. When God reveals himself in a new spectrum, in a new wavelength, in a new dimension, and then we begin to see that particular situation in a new way, in a new dimension, as if like we are seeing it, something that we are seeing in a way, something that we have never seen. These things happen. God opens our understanding, just like how God opened the eyes of Hagar when there was a well, but she did not see. But when God opened her eyes and she saw the well and she was able to give water to the lad, and she was also able to drink water. And she called God for the first time that God who sees. So this is something that was running in my mind. So let's stand before God for the things that we have not seen in the way we are supposed to see. So let's look at God in the way that we have to see, and let God open our eyes so that we can get a better understanding. Sometimes we also can say that now I most certainly understand this is what God means. Amen. Thank you so much.